Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Tonight we're coming to you from the lovely Great White North. We're in Saskatoon, Canada. How you doing, Plastic?
I'm a little bit confused as to what we're doing here. What Raw doesn't come up to our neck of the woods very often.
It really doesn't, but
this man spends a lot of time in Canada, though. He spends a lot of time in Vancouver because that's the only place that they'll spend it. Wait, never mind. Disregard. This isn't who I thought it was.
You thought it was The Miz.
Yes.
But that's totally okay. We've got an interesting matchup tonight as our fourth Money in the Bank qualifier match is starting the show, I guess. We saw last week that Curtis Axel got the pin on Chris Masters in that tag team match against, well, Chris Masters and Shelton Benjamin. So as a result, Curtis Axel has requested that he have a one-on-one match with Chris Masters for a chance to be in the Money in the Bank. Can you believe it?
Yeah, no. No, this is unacceptable.
That's 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row with the B team on Monday Night Raw. What are we seeing?
You're seeing a brand new era of mediocrity is what you're seeing.
At least this guy isn't mediocre. He's put on a good show so far, other than that getting rolled up last week. But outside of that, we've got a pretty interesting card for tonight's show. We've got, of course, 2 Money in the Bank qualifiers, this being one of them. We've also got currently the undefeated Karrion Kross over on the house shows, going one-on-one with Mr. Perfect in the other Money in the Bank qualifier.
Like Meow Mr. Perfect or Curtis Axel's? No, confused.
That can't.
How do you think that Curtis Axel feels that he can't use his last name, his dad's last name, but there's somebody that wears a cat head and is part of a escort service that gets to use a variation of his dad's wrestling name? How do you think he feels about that, Astra?
I think he feels pretty terrible about it, but either way, it's spelled differently, so I guess there's a loophole there. I don't know. It's arguable.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe Curtis Axel will let out some frustrations on Chris Masters here. Ha.
Or so he thought, oh, wait a minute. Maybe he will.
See, he's furious.
Rolling neck breaker.
Big ball of rage.
Impressive. And to round off what I was saying before, and our main event tonight has our World Heavyweight Champion making his first appearance since winning the belt at WrestleMania.
And you want to do me a solid favor and remind me who that is?
Only none other than Heath Slater, baby.
Yes, that's the world that we live in right now. Is we got a beautiful dropkick from Curtis Axel taking down Chris Masters. Curtis Axel very strongly in control right now.
It's actually kind of impressive how he managed to get the win over Chris Masters. Maybe that took some wind out of the Masterpiece's sail.
I'm seeing Curtis Axel right now, and he looks like a great white shark going down, like he smells the blood. He sees it, he knows it's there, and he's going after it.
He most certainly is. It's also a huge opportunity. Keep in mind, chance to be World Heavyweight Champion on the line in this match.
I mean, our current champion is Heath Slater. Curtis Axel isn't that far off. No offense to either one of those two competitors, but what is happening on Monday Night Raw, dude?
I'm not entirely sure. It seems like the booking is a little crazy, a little all over the place, but I kind of like it.
And we still don't know who's running the show yet.
Well, no, not yet, unfortunately. I'm sure we'll find out in due time. But I'd say the same thing can be said for SmackDown. We're not 100% sure who's in charge over there. We just know that they have something against Vince McMahon.
Oh, I expect nothing but sheer insanity from the past. You know, you had Goldust running the show in Series 1. Vince came back in Series 2. Now who's going to be in Series 3? I don't know, but look at this top wrist lock. Curtis Axel is going to get into this. He's a wrestling machine.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like we always see them work their way out of top wrist locks and another rolling neck breaker.
Oh, Chris Masters needed to take some time to roll out to the apron. Curtis Axel has his number.
It does seem that way, doesn't it? Oh,
Like,
but
the thing is, every masterpiece has an old little Italian lady that will come and put her own little touch on the masterpiece. So maybe Curtis Axel is that little old Italian lady
interesting.
who's going to put his own personal touch on the masterpiece.
I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this, but Chris Masters has turned the match around for the meantime with a nice little elbow drop, and now
What's
an
the part
Irish
that
whip.
you're not okay with? Are you comparing Curtis Axel to a little old Italian lady, or what?
No, it was that beautiful scoop slam from Chris Masters, and I don't think Curtis Axel's a little old Italian lady. I think he's Canadian.
He's not far off. Come on, man, look at him.
I actually don't know. Was Kurt Hennig Canadian?
I don't think so.
No, I think he was from Detroit.
Who knows? I was going to say from Florida or somewhere, but oh, look at Curtis Axel taking advantage of the ropes. Chris Masters too darn strong.
Too darn strong. Now going for a power slam of some sort, but nope. Okay, a lot of back and forth in this matchup between these two. Arm drag.
Huh?
And a snap there. Okay. Okay.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's a move that we see quite often from Heath Slater. Is Curtis Axel sending a message of sorts?
He might be. It looks like
Whoa.
Curtis Axel is setting up for something big.
Uh-oh.
Neck breaker. Oh! Okay, not a neck breaker. Just planting Masters' face straight into the mat. And kick out at 2.5. All right, Plastic, this match is... I was expecting a bit of a squash here, but Curtis Axel's putting up a bit of a fight.
Look for him in the face. Good, good, Curtis. Let the hate flow through you. Think of it, Mr. Perfect, following up. Think about it.
Think about ripping that cat's mask off.
And then wearing it for yourself because he has achieved much more greatness than you ever have.
Oof.
Ouch. Ouch. That's mean.
That was a little mean, yep.
Uh,
Sit out neck breaker of sorts. As Curtis Axel is taking control of the match again. Irish whip. Dropped under. Oh, a leapfrog and a drop kick. Oh, but Masters steps out of the way.
See, it looks so good for a second. It looked so good. But, yeah, good.
Sit out spine buster.
Dare I say picture perfect. I don't know.
I'm not
Trying
sure.
here.
It was worth a try. Oh, Masters in for the master lock. No, sit out. Bomb of sorts. What are we gonna? What does he call that move?
I got nothing.
It's like a master lock bomb, I guess. The master bomb? No, I got nothing. Oh, big reversal though from Axel.
What's going on here, Asker? What's happening?
I feel like you just had a thought of some sort.
I did, but I shall leave it. Leave it in the deep, dark recesses of my mind as Curtis Axel has regained control over Chris Masters. One more time. Beautiful. Standing dropkick.
Bounced off the
impressive.
ropes. Yeah, it was very impressive. Bounced off the ropes on the way down, but oh, a reversal from Chris Masters.
Just too strong.
Just too strong. There's the master lock. Oh, no. Oh, doing it again.
You got the legs.
What in the world was that?
Man, that was one heck of a finish there. God.
You want to know something though?
Yes.
Curtis Axel, still the only person to have broken out of the master lock.
How much do you think that's gonna rub Chris Masters the wrong way?
I mean, he didn't even go for it once there, so I think he's got a pretty good Just saying.
Well, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed by Curtis Axel. That was a pretty happy finish. I think I'm pretty content with how that match went.
I'm inclined to agree with you. As
I expected. I don't even wait. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Perfect. That's the thing that's happening.
yeah, well, how did he get in the ring so quick? Did he just
Maybe-
leap the barricade?
Maybe Curtis Axel literally just did put the mask on, and he was Mr. Perfect this whole time.
Oh my! Could you imagine? Because this is a Money in the Bank qualifier. He has the opportunity to qualify, even though he just lost against Chris Masters. If that is the case.
Yeah, but think about it. Well, his plan would have backfired horribly if he had won both matches. But then I suppose you could just put the mask on Bo Dallas and everything would be fine.
Also, is it just me, or is Mr. Perfect a little more tan?
There's a thing called spray tan, Astra.
Yeah. I for some reason remember him to be a skinny, pale twig.
One of the main sponsors of our show is a supplement.
Oh, and we did see him last week backstage with. What was that?
He's saying that his physique now is glorious. I don't know. Kinda. I'm losing something. Losing my hold on reality.
I'm confused. Either way, Chris Masters is moving on to One Night Stand as the fourth combatant in the Money in the Bank, and now we are going to be determining the next one. Is it going to be Mr. Perfect, or is it going to be Karrion Kross? As Karrion Kross, of course, the last 2 weeks on UCB Throwdown, our house shows, airs every Wednesday live on Twitch, by the way, 6 p.m. Eastern. Just saying.
Not so subtle self-plug.
I mean, we've got to do it, otherwise no one's going to watch it. Nice suplex there into a pin, bridging into that. Only kind of one, though.
Mr. Perfect able to kick out here so far, but yeah, Karrion Kross has been doing pretty good on the house shows, and you know, he had to go on the minor league circuit in order to get some recognition.
He certainly did.
Brand new.
But impressive run so far, so this should be a walk in the park for him. Mr. Perfect on I believe a 2-match losing streak so far. Losing to Mick Pick on SmackDown in the beginning, losing his fancy Colossal Television Championship, and then apparently signing the deal with the Devil and joining forces with Jinder Mahal. Oh, roll up.
Wait, what the Devil? What do you have against Jinder Mahal? He's the reason why we're here.
I just feel like his supplements may cause more harm than good. Oh, another roll
Are
up.
you sure? Look at this. This could be a win. Not quite.
Very interesting.
We'll see.
Big clothesline.
We'll see how this brand new Mr. Perfect does. Look at him. The physique is incredible. So the supplements are working as like Karrion Kross is slapping that mask. But think, that's not going to do as much damage as it would to a normal person who doesn't have that mask on.
You're absolutely right. It leads me to believe. Oh, running neckbreaker. Okay. Leads me to wonder whether or not Kross's rear naked choke is going to be able to do anything with that mask on. Fisherman Buster into a pin.
I mean, so far, you know, we're looking at the tan. We're looking at the physique. I don't think that's the only thing that's changed about Mr. Perfect here. So far, I'm looking at him. His moveset, his attitude, things have changed.
And apparently, this is still glorious, which I find rather interesting.
Huh.
Okay.
All right.
Either Samson has royally messed up.
It wouldn't be the first time, so.
Or Robert Roode's music is playing, and if I'm not mistaken, Robert Roode's nameplate just came up on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Esther.
Wait, I think he's taking his mask off. I can't believe it. We've been bamboozled.
Was Mr. Perfect Robert Roode all along? or is this or is that what Robert Roode was doing while he was injured? And then the Perfect Partners saw the potential in him and made him the new mascot and replaced the old Mr. Perfect with him.
I don't know. But Robert Roode is back in UCB after a 5-month long hiatus after being injured in his match against The Fiend at the Royal Rumble.
It's been a very long time, but we got a man coming out here right now that I would absolutely love seeing a listing for him in the Perfect Partners catalog. Finn Balor.
Oh boy. Of course, Finn Balor has already qualified. No, he has not. He was in a match to qualify and fails to qualify for the Money in the Bank. Oh, also, I forgot to. I'll roll that back. Robert Roode, I guess, is now in the Money in the Bank match at One Night Stand. So that's interesting.
Huh.
We've got one qualifier left, and that's going to wrap up next week here on Monday Night Raw. And it's going to be quite the doozy as we've got some pretty big names. Shelton Benjamin versus CM Punk. The main event already scheduled for next week on Monday night. The last qualifier for that.
You're hyping up next week's matchup when we got, like, picture perfect Finn Balor. He is the cat's meow. Meow. Coming to the ring here right now. But you've already subtly hinted. Not even subtly hinted. You've straight up said who his opponent is earlier tonight.
I did. Your World Heavyweight Champion is in action against Finn Balor. Non-title, one-on-one matchup between these two. I'm trying to figure out why Finn Balor's getting a match against the champ, considering he lost. I believe he's lost his last couple matches. Memory serves.
Because the GM sees Heath Slater like a hammerhead shark. He just goes after his prey relentlessly. He sees everything around him. So the GM sees great potential in Heath Slater. Slater Mania, baby, never stops.
He's still got kids, though.
Exactly.
But now he's getting that championship paycheck. He only has to show up once every 4 weeks, make that face appearance, and then defend his belt at the next pay-per-view. So it's great for Slater. Happy for him. Proud of him. He defeated Goldberg at WrestleMania. But here he is. I was expecting more of an active champion out of Heath Slater. But I guess we get to see it now. Him and Finn Balor get to go one-on-one?
And he doesn't need to be an active champion. He is making bank off of the royalties of those Slater Mania shirts.
I heard the bell ring twice that time, but that's it, I guess. Running forearm from Finn Balor. Fireman's carry. Okay. Finn Balor looking real good over the champ. Big clothesline taking down Finn. HBK is here. Horse music is playing.
Why? What's happening?
Oh, there he is.
Is Raw falling apart as the chaos that it normally does?
Sweet chin music out of nowhere as Finn Balor is going to try and capitalize on this. That HBK, of course, is Slater's opponent at One Night Stand.
Oh, that'll do it. That's what he's here.
And he knocked Heath Slater clean out, and Finn Balor takes a victory. Or
look at that. Finn Balor lost. Yes?
Yes? So this is his first win.
This is his first win, and it's against the World Heavyweight Champion.
I don't know what to say. We've seen incredible things tonight, but unfortunately, we are at the end of the show. So we will see you guys again on Thursday for SmackDown.